give you a tour of the builder's truck, and I think that Betty Blue might be like this one day. It's a real fixer-upper, but she still drives well. Cut. ใช่ครับธรรมดาใส่นู่นธรรมดาไม่มีครับอันนั้นเหรอคิดว่าเข้าไฮฟรีอันนี้ใช้ข้างล่างนี่นะครับใช่ข้างล่างชั้น2ใช่ครับเพราะอันนี้มันหยุดความร้อนอันนี้ใส่ห้องนี้ห้องออฟฟิศข้างล่างแล้วก็ข้างล่างชั้นที่2ทีนี้ใช้อันธรรมดานะครับจิปซัมบอร์ดธรรมดาครับSo not only do we have the fiberglass installation, but we have the heat-resistant gypsum board too. So you've almost got a double layer of protection of keeping the heat out or keeping the cool in. We'll see how effective it is. This is Thailand, it's hot. We live without air conditioning now. We intend to live without air conditioning even with a cottage. But we want it there as an option on the particularly hot days or when family come to visit to be able to cool the cottage down and switch that aircon on. We wouldn't use it as well because it's expensive on the monthly bills and we've just acclimatized. I often get sick if I put aircon on. If I sleep in a place where there's aircon, I get all stuffy and same with Damo too. We also don't want the baby to be in aircon. Although it's going to be there as an option for us anyway. As you can see, these guys are now cracking on with the gypsum board on the roof. They work really, really fast. They finished the ceiling inside the bathroom and the bedroom. And so yeah, these guys work fast, they don't mess around. Also just outside here, the other team are completing the roof. So that's looking great too. Overall, we're on schedule. I don't know if we're on budget yet, but you guys are going to know. We're definitely on schedule. There's going to be a good amount of time to decorate the place. The plan for this upstairs zone, it may seem a bit odd, this upstairs space, but it's just a chill out zone. There's going to be some pillows up here and just a place to kind of just relax and read and go out to the balcony if you wish to. The kids won't be allowed up here without us because it's quite high. If we were looking to design a house that we were looking to sell in the future, we probably wouldn't do something like this. This is, especially for us, it's like we're little kids at heart, so we want something quite playful. Stairs that you can kind of come up to and sit on pillows and relax and just chill out together as a family. We have the luxury of designing this place exactly how we want it, not how somebody else might want it in the future. This is our house for life, it's our home for life, so we do it as we want it, not like anybody else wants it. That goes for our choice of tiles and our choice of design as well. Its details are for us, not for anybody else, and some people won't like the design, some people won't like the layout of it, but we love it. Checking out the view up here, aren't I? Wow, what are you doing? I'm coming down in a minute, okay? Ain't big now, babe. Oh, what's your head on that electric?
Oh, that's good. We calculate that. Gypsum board, right?
Yep. So far, so good. What? Oh! What is it? Oh yeah. That is.
Incredible!
Let's have a look.
Look it in Pablo here!
Hey. Some popped out the top, didn't they? What are you doing there? You're supposed to grow out the sides, not the top. Silly.
Silly bug on my phone.
Oh, that's funny, isn't it?
Look at my phone. Got over there. Got over there is dirty and that my phone over there got really dirty.
Do you think there's enough for us, enough mushrooms here to eat for us?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long do you think it's going to last us, all these mushrooms?
Don't know.
Maybe 100 days?
Maybe 1,000 days.
Maybe 1,000 days. That's loads of mushrooms, isn't it?
Daddy, but this one incredible. Yeah, look. Oh. Let's see that one, yeah?
Right, let's take a look at it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's so yummy.
Tell you, our chickens are starting to behave more like dogs. They're real cheeky. Come up and stealing food. They're not afraid at all. They were very timid before, now they're just not afraid of anything or anyone. There's some beers for the workers. So this is the time of night the builders slow down, get a beer, tell a few jokes, have a few laughs, drink some lao khao, and the setting of the sun. It's quite romantic actually, and it's the reason why we build that balcony so big there, because then we can catch this beautiful setting sun every day from a high vantage point. I can tell the builders are enjoying this job as well. It's not always around here they get treated with a beer at the end. I also brought them coffee and cakes today, and that was from actually one of our patrons, Juliana, so thank you for that. It's gone to good use. And so yeah, I think they're enjoying the job. They also enjoy it when the contracts are paid up front as well, or as the job's finished. They don't like doing jobs on credit where they're only going to get paid a couple of weeks or months or even years later, God forbid. So a job that's paying directly after they finish the work is also a bonus for them. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've known these guys now for years, so I know their families, we know their houses locally as well. So it's a lot of fun for all of us, this build, and we trust them. They enjoy being here. I enjoy it. It's a very relaxed atmosphere, you know. They can just have the tunes on and just enjoy the ride, enjoy the build. And we're not pushing, you know, oh, we've got to get this done or deadlines or anything like that. We just go at your own pace. They charge per square meter anyway. So because they're charging per square meter and there's quite a big team of them, they want to get it done fast because the head guy is paying each worker by the day and charging us by per square meter. So if they make it longer than it needs to be, he's losing money, the head guy. So they work very fast just for that reason. I have to say, we've really enjoyed this build. We've really enjoyed filming it. We can't wait to see the finished product. We think it's going to be very special. We can't wait to live in it. And I know then the boys have a home should anything happen to me. You know, it's just absolutely perfect. It's ideal, really. We're really happy with it. And thank you to everybody for coming along on this journey with us. It's going to be a long journey. After the house is finished, we've got a lot of other projects going. We are trying to be self-sustainable here in the next 1 to 2 years, and you're going to see if that works for us or it doesn't. I mean, we don't know. We're living very kind of free, and we're leaving it up to the universe at the moment. So just got up to check on the chickens this morning, and we found one of them dead on the floor inside the coop. Very mysterious, because we're not sure how it could have died. What do you think? Could be disease. I put this down to perhaps disease. Just sickness. Certainly not old age. These are young chickens. One of our hens, one of our ladies, dead for unknown causes. So I guess I'll move her out. They could have been fighting. The dog's not had her. If the dogs had had her, it would have tried to eat her. She was fine when she went in last night. When I put them in, they were all good. They've been laying eggs consistently. The other ones seem healthy enough, so I hope it's not a disease that's going to spread between them. So I'm not sure. They've had food. They've had food in their bowls. You know, they've always got something to eat. Could just be down to some form of disease or rare illness. It's a shame, really. I noticed the other one has got some feathers out here, see, in the neck, and that could be due to fighting. Just don't know. This one looks quite aggressive too, and it's looking a little bit guilty. It's looking like, what have I done? This is showing odd behaviour. Usually this chicken would be out now and walking around the garden, but it's definitely something here on its neck. Looks like something's happened. Yep, something's happened here. Some kind of fighting, I imagine. Bit small, aren't they?
It's not grow well in the rainy season.
Going self-sustainable. If we had to grow our own food, we'd be very thin, wouldn't we?
No, it's not good for rainy season. I think gonna be white.
Let's have a look inside. Oh no! Oh no! Well, it's a good first attempt. We've got another year or so. You're not going to have a bite? See if it's juicy.
It's very young.
I'll have a try.
No taste.
Let's have a try. No. Tastes like a cucumber. Tastes like cucumber, babe.
Second one. Try the second one.
Let's try another one.
Ah,
Mmm,
a little bit better.
that's better. And how long to take to grow?
Long time.
How many weeks? Don't know.
Really?
That one's much better. That's third time lucky.
And then the three and the three.
I'll have a taste of that. Yeah, give the pale ones to the animals. Let's have a taste of that. You have a taste. That's juicy. I mean, it's all right. I think we'll not be stopping buying them from the shop just yet. Well, it's a start, isn't it, babe?
Yeah, we just throw and left them.
Just let them growing. So we're not really no fertilizers, no, not even like buffalo poo. So it's what you're getting. We'll up our game. Don't worry, in the next let's say in the next 4 or 5 months, you're gonna be clicking on this YouTube channel and seeing some nice juicy big melons. Huh? Well, maybe 6 months. So we just had the paint arrive. A lot of paint, indoor, outdoor paint, base coat. Also the additional concrete board to finish off the balcony. This concrete board, you can tile onto it. So you'll have the concrete board and then you'll have the tile on top. But rather than do the tile with like a cement, like a concrete like they usually use, I only know the Thai word is boon. I'm not sure the English word. But they use a glue instead, so it's not so heavy. We ordered some tiles for the porch. They got here, we decided we didn't like them, so we changed up, and the ones that we didn't like we're going to use on the balcony instead. So this is the last of the concrete board, the paint, a few more of these wooden parts here just to do the edges, and also the underneath of the balcony, which is just here. We want to do that the same way as the underneath of the roof up there. So we're getting there, guys. It's rapidly moving now. There's all the paint. And believe it or not, the paint part of this job is actually quite expensive. 60 baht per square metre to paint, including the base coat. And that's expensive relative to things like the tiling or doing the ceiling. And that's because there's just such a large surface area, so many square metres of painting to be done. And usually I would do it myself. I'm going to be joining in, but we're on a deadline. And my family are coming. We need this place to be ready, and not just ready, furnished as well. So with air conditioning units in for them. All this would have been a waste of time if it's not ready in time. Their flights are booked, and so we've got to be ready. We've got to be ready for it. And having those guys help paint is going to make all the difference, I think. Let me share something with you about building in rural Thailand. Trying to get a bill or a quote for what's going on is like trying to win the Thai lottery. you ask and ask, but you'll never get it. It's you get something called which I've come to term bill anxiety. So the bill's not going to be a big bill for the workers' fee. It's going to be budgeted because you've got a vague idea of how much it's going to cost per square metre. But they do so many extra things like the steel work and the stairs and all these other things, and you think, well, how much is that going to cost? And what you want to do is kind of get a quote from them and say, oh, how much will this be? And they kind of say, well, we don't know. And then once they've finished the job, you say, well, can you bill us for this first before we get on to the next job? And they say, yeah, we'll give you a bill. And then the bill never comes. And so you get this feeling inside of bill anxiety, like, this must be adding up, but I've got no idea how much it is. So bill anxiety. Now, I'm not complaining, because when you do get the bill, it's usually like, it's like, okay, there's nothing to worry about. But I do want to give you a heads up, if you are going to build in Thailand, prepare for this. Obviously, in a perfect world, you just kind of say, well, the stairs are going to cost this much, and the balcony will cost this much. So you kind of have like a ballpark figure, a quote. That's how we would usually work. When I've done commercial projects before, we get our quotes first. Usually we'll get 3 quotes and take the cheapest of the 3. But in this case, no, building in rural Thailand, it's cheap, but you're going to get bill anxiety.